This my letter to life, my confessional prayer. Sometimes I feel like I ain't nothing. Sometimes I feel like I'm everything. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I ain't nothing. Sometimes I feel like I'm everything, still running.
Hi, Red.
Writing notes to the sky like they letters to the Lord. Praying if they take me.
Hola, hydrate.
They won't miss me till I'm gone. That's the cycle of the game. People scared to need you, but they quick to call your name. It's that midnight pain, that goodbye rain, that look me in the mirror and I don't look the same. Trying to teach my little ones how to walk through the fire. Even if I fall down, they can still aim higher. Legacy over money, spirit over shine. Hope I leave them faith they can carry through the time. Dear life, tell me my meaning, tell me my reason. I've been fighting with these demons every season. If I fall, let my children still believe in love and blessings, that's the air they breathe in. Got off the phone with my son, told him, boy, be strong. Got off the phone with my daughter, told her right or wrong.
How's it going, episode?
Every day's a test, every night's a war. But I guard them with my hands till I can't no more. Some love walked away, some love stayed true. The fake made me wiser, the real made me new. We was chasing down dreams and I lost my breath. Now they tell me take a rest, but I ain't done yet. The man in the mirror looks strange sometimes. Died 1,000 little deaths, but I'm still alive. If the pain made me bitter, then I lost the fight. So I choose the right letters, keep my soul inside. Dear life, tell me my meaning, tell me my reason. I've been fighting with these demons every season. If I fall, let my children still believe in love and blessings, that's the air they breathe in. Anger on my soul, but I'm trying to cut the chain. Doctor gave me meds, but he never knew my pain. Liquor in my cup when the night's too long, but the truth in my pen made the weak feel strong. Mama told me, son, don't you waste your seconds. Life's too short, every breath is precious. If time had a price, every store would sell it. But we only get now, so I gotta tell it. I ain't sober-headed, I'm just open-hearted. I was broken many times, but I'm still what I started. Honor over strength, that's the code I keep. Even death in eyes couldn't steal my peace. If I'm gone tomorrow, let this letter be the proof that I stood on my pain, that I spoke my truth. Every scar on my skin, every loss, every win, I'm still standing tall, let the story begin. No second place here.
I haven't remade it. It's going to be awkward for a second. We're going to move past it. All right, let's roll the intro. Let's get through it as a family, and then let's move into the show, okay? Give me, all right? All right? Hola, Drewfie. How's it going, brother? How you doing? How's work? Since I feel like you're always at work whenever I stream. How's it going, Leah? Welcome in. Welcome in. Hi guys. Hello. It's Halloween time. Hi. I'm always at work and throwing my side monitor in between tickets. Hey, sweet. I'm glad I can be entertainment while you're at work. What's going on, Nolan? Welcome in, brother. How's it going? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday. You know what that means? It's breakdown time. It means that we do extreme shit. It means that we get chaotic. I'm super tired, so we're going to try and fix that. Ladies and gentlemen, to start off the night, we've got Drewfie and Nicholas Kelly in a grudge match. These two men looking to settle it once for all. Who will be the undisputed Deathlock Champion, here tonight in a 2 out of 3 falls submission match. Both of these men have been training endlessly since All Hallows Wrath. I've seen it myself. Also, welcome in, Joker. Lurking in the darkness like that. This one is starting off the match because this is going to set the bar for the rest of the night. I have high expectations for this match right here, ladies and gentlemen. After that, Rose Daniels will take on Echo to see if she can win back both of her championships that she slipped up and lost, possibly only momentarily at All Hallows Wrath. Here tonight, she has her second championship match this week to see if she can reclaim the gold against Echo, your current Iron-Clad champion. After that, ladies and gentlemen, John Styles takes on Midas, looking at an opportunity to win back the belt that he made relevant, looking at an opportunity to become the first ever 2-time Prince of Carnage champion, ladies and gentlemen. Drewfie and Kelly have absolutely torn the house down in their previous matches. Exactly. That's why I'm having it in the beginning, to set the bar for everybody else, because I want everybody to know this is the caliber of matches that we're doing here in Breakdown from now on. You've all proved you can do it. We're all going to show up, show out. And then after that, ladies and gentlemen, Supreme Knight announced to me after All Hallows Wrath he wanted to cash in his Clash contract opportunity against Dadtrainer. I'm fairly certain that it was a misinterpretation in my opinion, thinking that maybe he wanted to do it as a match. I think he actually wanted to do it at All Hallows Wrath. That's on me. But he is getting his opportunity at the Breakdown World Championship here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This one's going to be fun. It's only 4 matches. I've got a shift of police RP that I'd like to get to. Not that I have to get to, but I'd like to get to. And we'll probably stream that for all of you guys as well. You guys are saying hi to each other. Look at that. Y'all are so sweet. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into the action. No Keemstar voice, because why not, right? I don't have any other music pulled up, so like we're just going to stand here and wait for a second. Cool, cool. Bet. All right, we're ready. Are you ready? It's kind of awkward. No music. There we go. It was a little awkward. It was too awkward for me. I couldn't handle it. Ring announcer letting you all know what I already let you all know. This is a 2 out of 3 falls submission match for the Deathlock Championship between Drewfie and Nicholas Kelly. These two men have been going to war for almost a month now, and tonight we settle it. Making their way down to the ring first, ladies and gentlemen, straight out of Canada, a former Deathlock champion, making his way down to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, Drewfie. This man right here, he's taking Nicholas Kelly to the brink. Nicholas Kelly, however, the man who defeated Ace Anderson to take the championship away. Drewfie beating him. The skills of Drewfie are never in question, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a matter of if he came prepared, and from the tape that I've seen, this man has not left his gym. Got a bit of the shakes right now, but that's normal. Is it normal? And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, a 2-time Deathlock champion, making his way down to the ring, Nicholas Kelly. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is only like his 5th or 6th match in wrestling ever, and he is a 2-time champion. Not only that, he is a 2-time submission champion, defeating Ace Anderson, a man who was defeated for almost 3 months. How's it going, Alex? Welcome in. I couldn't remember if it was 5th or 6th. Thank you, Hydrate. Deathlock Championship, and hoping to keep it that way. Saw DK and I got excited. Sorry. Welcome in, DK. How's it going, brother? How you doing? He beat Ace, lost the Drewfie, beat him again, and now this. Okay. My mouse is charging, so bear with me if my mouse reflexes are a little slow today for the time being. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Deathlock Championship. I'm just popping in showing support. I appreciate you, brother. Hope you were having a great day. Don't think you had another match in the interim. I don't think so. I can go back and check after this, just to be accurate. Drewfie standing across from a man that he knows very well at this point. He has gone to war with him time and time again, blowing the house down, as people have said. Nicholas Kelly looking down at a championship that he is used to defending at this point, used to fighting for. Drewfie in that same position. This one is sure to be a hell of a match, ladies and gentlemen. Deathlock Championship in the air. Bell rings, match begins. Nicholas Kelly, big punch to the face of Drewfie to start us off. Immediately going into a grapple. Oh yeah, no, that's normal. Yes, or for me anyway. I also shake, like, pretty consistently. I can't stay still. Big knee to the back of Nicholas Kelly. Drewfie in the dominant position. Another tie-up. These two men choosing to see who is stronger. Drewfie backs down Nicholas Kelly. Referee having to separate the action. Big punch to the face once again. Drew with a reversal. The back and forth in this match that I'm expecting is pretty insane, ladies and gentlemen. These two men have, like I've said, gone to war multiple times. Welcome in, P-Mac. How are you doing, brother? Headlock from Nicholas Kelly. Applying pressure to both sides of the face of Drewfie. Drew throws him off. Big punch to the body, misses. Nicholas Kelly with one of his own, as I said. With how often these two men have gone against each other in the last month, it is bound that they are going to know what to do. Huge punch to the face of Drewfie. Nicholas Kelly wants him on his feet. Gets him up onto his shoulder and then slams him down in the middle of the ring. Kelly deciding to go on the outside. The nature of a deathlock match, ladies and gentlemen, it is a death match submission match. So I mean, you can really do whatever you want. You just can't pin your opponent. Down onto the knee, Drew trying to get control. Going for a submission early. Nicholas Kelly immediately saying he will have none of that. Going off the top rope, elbow to the back. Double axe handle sends Drew back down onto the mat. He gets out of the way of the punch. Drew does the same. Big chops. Catches the third one. Nicholas Kelly back where he was. Huge punch from Kelly, misses. Drew gets him into the ropes. Drew with his own massive punch knocks Kelly down. Drew has been on the receiving end of a lot of those recently. Giving Nicholas Kelly a little bit of his own medicine. Kelly takes the legs out from underneath Drew. Kelly now going for a submission. Putting a lot of pressure on the back. Drew with an immediate reversal. Also saying he will have none of that. Kelly bounces the face of Drew off the top turnbuckle. Big punches to the body. He's got a combo. Throws him in the middle of the ring. Nicholas Kelly fired up. He's got him by the back of the head. He's got it. Full Nelson in place. Drew looks very focused on getting out of it, though. Able to get the pressure reversed, pulling the arms back. Flips him over his shoulder. That is how the damage to the neck of Drew is going to begin, and you have to know that he's not fully recovered from the match they had at All Hallows Wrath. It was not too long ago. Big elbow to the face knocks Drew down, and a punch seals the deal. Drew hits the mat. Both men roll outside. Barbed wire bat to the knee. Drew makes it up. He's got him on his shoulders. Nicholas Kelly immediately slips out. Big punch misses. Kick to the body from Drew. Drew trying to come back from that full Nelson. Knowing very well you cannot let Nicholas Kelly get very far in a match with too much momentum. He will not let you ever have it back. Big knee misses. Nicholas Kelly with a reversal. Keeping those punches coming. Clothesline takes down Drew. Barbed wire baseball bat in hand across the knees. Nicholas Kelly wants Drew back on his feet. Into the barricade. Nicholas Kelly starting to limp, though. Big punch sends Drewfie down onto the mat. Nicholas Kelly going up to the top rope. We've seen this a few times. Big punch off the top. Drew getting up to his feet with the help of Nicholas Kelly. Kelly immediately there. Gets him back into the ring. Drew back up to his feet. Shoulder tackle to the back. Sends Kelly down onto the mat. Kelly gets underneath. Big punch to the face. Finishes it off with an elbow. Drew goes off the middle. Crossbody takes down Nicholas Kelly. Hi, Coda. Nicholas Kelly. He's got him. Drewfie's got him. Stretching the back of Nicholas Kelly. Kelly able to get out. Drewfie might have let the hold go, though. Hi, Coda. Glass tube in the hands of Drew. Shatters it across the arm of Kelly. It's going to make it a little hard to put a full Nelson in if you got shrapnel stuck in your arm. Drew letting Kelly know that he's here to fight. Big shoulder. Damn. That wasn't even his shoulder. That was his forearm and his elbow. Stomping on his face in the corner. Going for some momentum on this one. Oh my, busting Nicholas Kelly open. And a huge knee to seal it. Kelly's laid out in the middle of the ring. Drew has more in the tank, though. He's got him once again. Big choke. Nicholas Kelly able to get out of it. Kicks Drewfie in the back. Clothesline to the back. Takes down Drewfie. I haven't heard that. I mean, I've heard this one in a bit, but oh my God. Big elbow to the back of Drew once again. Nicholas Kelly right behind him looking like an animal. Full Nelson in place. Drew might be struggling. He taps for the first time. That full Nelson of Nicholas Kelly's is absolutely insane, ladies and gentlemen. I like how we said it at the same time. Nicholas Kelly wants Drew up onto his feet. Another clothesline takes down Drew. Kelly going for the steel steps. Drew laying in the middle of the ring. He gets up to his feet. Nicholas Kelly helping him. Big punch takes him down once again. Drew gets out of the way of that one. Big elbows to the face. Drew needs to keep the pressure on Kelly. Big punch misses. He's got him. Out of nowhere, he snuck it on him. Nicholas Kelly struggling for the first time. He taps. Drew able to tie it up. Ladies and gentlemen, the next man to get a submission in this match will walk out with the Deathlock Championship. Forgot what my own championship was called for a second. Kelly rolls out of the ring. Clothesline to the back of the head from Drew takes him down. Baseball bat in the hand of Drew. He's got a body lock rolling around with Nicholas Kelly. Switches the hold. Drew showing the strength. Flips Nicholas Kelly down on the outside. Big knee to the face from Drewfie. He's got Nicholas Kelly exactly where he wants him. Looking for something big. Sneaks up behind him once again. Nicholas Kelly struggling. Drewfie walks out with the belt. I kind of wanted that to go longer. Like, Drewfie squashes the beef, ladies and gentlemen. walking out with the championship. I'm shook. Because the way that Nicholas Kelly put that first full Nelson in, I was just like, oh, damn. Oh, damn, it's GG's. Like, he's about to just run it on him, and he's gonna do it. And then, out of nowhere... So, for you two, since you guys have definitely competed the most against each other, for the Deathlock matches where it's the 2 out of 3 falls submission, would we prefer no falls count anywheres? Would that make it better? Okay. See, because I've also been kind of having that same feeling and having that same thought process, and since you two are a part of it, like, I wanted y'all's input, but no, I definitely will change it to where it's no false count anywhere, because I definitely think it will make it a little bit more dramatic. Because, like, that very easily could have been, like, when Ricky Thomas did the submission on the outside and got Tony Tornado to tap, but since it was on the outside, it didn't count. That very easily could have been that, and then the match continues on the inside of the ring, and I think it adds a little bit more gravity to the situation. So we will change that. Obviously, it is up to Mr. Nicholas Kelly if he wants to stay in the Deathlock division and work his way back up to Drewfie, or if he wants to move to a different division. I'm not going to stop him from doing anything. That is completely up to him. But ladies and gentlemen, Drewfie is your new undisputed Deathlock champion, taking down Nicholas Kelly once again. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Rose Daniels looks for an opportunity to do it once again. That was a fun feud. Looking forward to running it back one day. Oh, I don't think it won't be. I definitely think it'll happen again. Maybe a bigger championship on the other end of it, because, I mean, I like both of y'all. I like both of your characters. So, like, money, content. Well, money for your characters, you know, in an EFED sense. Content for me. Ladies and gentlemen, the UCW Women's Iron-Clad Championship on the line. Rose Daniels trying to take down Echo, the woman who defeated her forward at All Hallows Wrath. Kelly could always go after a bigger title, and then Drewfie comes knocking after he loses the Deathlock belt. Promos. That's all I can say is promos. Because yes, that could very well happen. Ladies and gentlemen, making her way down to the ring, she is your UCW Overdrive Women's World Champion. She is a former Iron-Clad champion, a 2-time Women's World Champion, ladies and gentlemen, Rose Daniels, making her way down to the ring.
When you taste this heat,
Ladies and gentlemen, making her way down to the ring next, she is your current Iron-Clad champion, the woman who defeated Rose Daniels forward to All Hallows Wrath, Echo, making her way down to the ring. I saw your message, Drewfie. 1 second. Because I saw it, but I couldn't read it completely because I'm trying to get the next matches music pulled up. When you get some time off stream one day, I would love descriptions where they stand on the card for titles in the Discord post somewhere. So I did that, but I haven't updated it. I forgot to remind you to take the veins and the underpants off. Yeah, and I keep forgetting. That's my fault, not yours, brother. Because I keep remembering there's something I need to do, and I keep forgetting to do it. I'll... All right, I made a note. I got you, Crazy. I got you, bro. I made a note on the match card. But no, so I did that, Drewfie, and then I stopped updating it because the title picture is something in my brain, and I struggle to actually put that down somewhere because it consistently changes based off of what I think is the best storyline. And depending on what you guys put into promo and stuff like that, it consistently gets, like, thrown around. So I'm constantly pivoting is what I'm trying to say. She keeps talking about it. My bad, my bad, my bad. Ladies and gentlemen, Rose Daniels standing across from one of the women who have defeated her in her career. That does not happen many times. Echo standing across from somebody who defeating her has springboarded her into relevancy here in UCW. Keeping that championship cements her position here tonight. Handing over the title for the first time. Rose Daniels looking at a title that she made relevant here in UCW. Both women look fired up, ladies and gentlemen. This is a no-holds-barred match. One fall, one submission is all it takes. Rose Daniels gets out of the way of the first kick, not the second or the third. Big slam from Echo. Off the middle rope, takes Rose down as she was trying to stand up. Only a count of one. Stomping down on Rose Daniels. Echo trying to keep the former champion down for as long as possible. Big elbows to the body. Rose Daniels with a reversal, trying to switch the tide. Big kick to the face, sends Echo down onto the mat, getting the blood pumping. Took too long. Big knee to the face. Rose goes down. Slips out of the ring. Goes underneath it. Rose Daniels already looking to cause chaos. Shovel in hand. Gets caught with a big kick from Echo. Rose slams her down on top of it with a reversal. Big punches to the face. Stomping down on her body. Rose Daniels putting the pressure on. Trying to get in control. Big punch. Drops her down onto the mat. Off the middle rope, Rose Daniels with the forearm. Barely connects, but it's enough to do some damage. Bouncing the knee of Echo, or bouncing her knee off of Echo's face, rather. Draped across the top rope. Stomping down on the body of Echo. Rose Daniels with a catches a big kick to the face, elbow. Echo trying to fight back. Keep some of the momentum in her favor. Rose takes her legs out from underneath her, showing the experience of a UCW veteran. Drops down underneath. Big punch to the body. Punch to the face sends Echo down to the mat. Big punches. Echo. Oh my God. DDT onto the side of the ring from Echo. Rose Daniels trying to get back up to her feet. She can't. Echo won't let her. Waiting for her to stand on the outside. Echo might be taking a dive here. Another Hurricane Rana sends Rose Daniels down onto the outside. Rose struggling to get up to her feet. Sneaks up behind Echo, catches her with a big punch. Back into the ring. Echo gets her against the ropes. Rose catches her with a big punch. Echo with a reversal. Rose gets out of the way. Working on the legs of Echo. Echo with another reversal. Kick to the body. Huge kick knocks Rose down. Massive rotation from a standing position. Echo going for the first cover of the evening. Only a count of 2. Rose Daniels kicks out. Underneath the ropes. Echo with a hockey stick. Misses it. Rose off the middle forearm takes down Echo. Going for a cover. Only a count of 1. Rose waiting patiently for Echo to stand. Gets her into the ropes. Goes for a belly to belly. Echo with a reversal. Rose right back up to her feet. Walking Echo over to the other corner. Bouncing her face off the top turnbuckle. Echo's bleeding, ladies and gentlemen. Forearm to the back. Double axe handle, keeping the pressure on. Bounces the knees off the back of Echo. Now she's the one with the hockey stick. That's not good. Cracks Echo across the face with it. Drop kick takes down Rose. Waiting patiently for an opportunity. Echo slips out. Off the top, forearm lands. Hockey stick in hand. Rose Daniels gets back up to her feet. Echo catches her, bounces her off of her knees. Going for another cover. 1, 2. Only a count of 2. Rose Daniels still in this match. Getting up to her feet. Echo waiting very patiently. Big punch to the face. Drop kick sends Rose onto the outside. A kick up from Rose. She's right back up. Underneath the ring, she's got a table. Gets out of the way of Echo. Slides the table into the ring, then follows through. Catches Echo with a punch. Echo with a reversal. Gets the separation she needs. Off the top once again. Forearm takes down Rose. Echo with a hockey stick in hand. Rose catches her with a kick to the body. Vertebreaker on the way. Never mind. Slams her down on her face. What's going on, Nelly? Welcome in, brother. How's it going? Only a count of 2. Echo able to get out of it. Who controls Echo? That would be crazy. Crazy boy. I believe that is his girlfriend or partner or what have you. I believe that would be her. Smokey. Yeah, him too. They're the same person. How's it going, Nelly? What's going on, brother? Big elbow to the face. Kicks from Rose, trying to keep the pressure on. Big knee. Going for another cover. 2. Only a count of 2. Echo getting up to her feet. Big kick misses. Kick to the body lands. Power bomb from Echo. Yeah, do that. Do that. Do it for everybody. Hit them things. Only a count of 2. Echo back up to her feet. Rose Daniels not out of this one yet. Shovel in hand. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Appreciate you, brother. Echo letting loose with that shovel on the inside. Elbows to the body. Rose Daniels. Big kick to Echo once again. Wants her back up on her feet. Drops her down. Oh. Rose Daniels taking complete control late on in this match. Shovel to the leg. Big kick to the face, sends Echo back down. Rose Daniels looking for something big, waiting for her to stand. Going for it once again. Rolls Echo out, face first onto the shovel. 1, 2, only a count of 2. Rose Daniels still in this one. Going up to the middle rope. Looking to drop the knees across the shoulders of Echo. She can't get it done. Echo with a drop kick takes Rose down. Moonsault off the middle. Light the table on fire. She'll do it. Off the top. 1, 2. Only a count of 2. Rose Daniels still in the match. Echo giving it everything she's got. Rose goes into the opposite corner. Echo slowly makes her way over. Big elbow to the face of Echo. Rose Daniels. Big knee misses. Echo slams her down. Echo's waiting for her to stand, looking for something big. Kick to the body. Another power bomb in the middle of the ring. Going for the cover. 1, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, Echo will hold on to the Iron-Clad Championship, defeating Rose Daniels once again to secure her position as champion. Now, this is not the end for Rose Daniels. Rose Daniels is already the world champion on Overdrive. I think not having to work double duty might be no sweat off her back. If it was me, anyway. GG's for sure. GG's for sure. It was a good-ass match. What was that? It was a good-ass match.
It was a good-ass match. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Styles looking to redeem himself, get back the Prince of Carnage Championship against Midas here tonight in a match type that he created. This is a Prince of Carnage last man standing match, ladies and gentlemen. Midas versus John Styles. Up next. I won back one title. Double duty is a pain in the ass. Hey, exactly. Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, only tables, ladders, and chairs are underneath the ring. That is what it means to be a Prince of Carnage last man standing match. Last man to stand on his feet until the count of 10. Promo already dropped. Bet. I'll check it after stream. I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, making their way down to the ring first for the first time in a long time without a championship, he is the Style Bender John Styles. The first ever and the only King of Carnage. A 2-time Prince of Carnage champion, right? Right? Am I wrong? No, I'm right. No. Who knows? The man's a legend. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Just watch out for Whitney. There. Stay ready so she doesn't have to get ready. Plus, Rose is unhinged anyway. Who this? This is John Styles. First time, one-time Prince of Carnage, one-time Fighting Spirit, and only King of Carnage. This man keeps up with his own records, so I don't have to.
Take it. Oh, no like mine.
For sure. GG's making it to Friday, everybody. We did it. We made it to Breakdown. We just got to make it back to Overdrive.
My name stitching victory, guilt by guilt. Legacy loud, can't mute this pride. I'm the storm that your fate can't hide. Step up, you better come correct. I don't do fear, I demand respect. Belt on my waist, fire in my eyes. Styles
And ladies and gentlemen, the man who shocked the world, a man who came out, showed out, and walked out with a singles title in one of his first matches all by himself, ladies and gentlemen, Midas, your Prince of Carnage champion, making his way down to the ring, looking to solidify himself as an undisputed champion by defeating the man who he defeated for it once again.
The crowd roars a thunderous sound as the champion steps on the hollow ground. Hear the crowd, I promise scream a lion's mic, dominating the ring day and night. The bass drops hard, the drill beats pound. No one can stand when I'm around. Feel the power, the fury, the unyielding will. Every move a strike a deadly thrill. What the mask conceals, the legend reveals. My spirit unbreakable, my destiny seals. From the shadows I rise with the roar so deep. Secrets of the ring, not forever keep. The rhythm of battle, a relentless flow. Watch the champion put on a show. Victory's taste, a sweet bit of pride.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a last man standing match for the Prince of Carnage Championship. The only thing underneath the ring are tables, ladders, and chairs. John Styles, the man who originated this match in the first ever version and type of this match, looking to take that legacy one step farther, becoming the first ever two-time Prince of Carnage champion here tonight, defeating Midas, one of the only men to have defeated him in his entire career here in UCW. Midas has been on a different level ever since that spear, though. He got speared by his tag team partner, and he has had a different type of rage in his eyes. It's really the only part of his face that you can see. Big kick from Midas, misses. John Styles immediately off the top rope, catches Midas with a cutter. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, Jay? Midas trying to get away, catches John Styles with a drop kick to the leg, makes him stumble, big chops. Catches him with a kick to the body, goes up to the top. Bouncing him off the top rope. John Styles with some big rotation. Sounds good, bro. Thank you for the subscription. Welcome to UCW. Big chop across the chest, misses from John Styles. Midas on the middle rope, drop kick lands. Power bomb onto the table. Both men taking some damage from that one. John Styles underneath the ropes, going up to the top. Midas jumps in, knocks the table down, double axe handle from John Styles. So the wrestlers know, the ring, yes. The wrestlers are actually members of the community. Drops him down on his face. Stomps down on his leg, big kick to the body. Midas keeping the pressure on. Power bomb. John Styles bouncing him off the top turnbuckle, throws him into the middle of the ring once again. Gets out of the way of that kick up though. John drops him with a cutter. Letting the referee begin the count. Midas makes his way up to his feet, rolls out of the ring. Big, oh my, stomp across the face of John Styles. Bouncing the face of John off the apron. Midas goes up to the top. John Styles back up. Forearm to the legs. Takes down Midas. Count begins once again. Only a count of 4. Drops him across his knees. The athleticism of Midas once again on display. This man can do no wrong sometimes. coming out of nowhere, flipping over his opponent. Big elbows to the body. John Styles trying to stay in control. Bouncing him off the turnbuckles. Styles with a table, slides it back into the ring. Big punch misses, referee all up in the way. Styles with another power bomb in the corner. How's it going, Supreme? It's UCW, not UNC. Just by the way. And wrestling's pretty cool. I mean, not currently, but like it was when I was a kid. How's it going, Supreme? Welcome in, brother. Welcome in. 3 tables at once might be a little excessive, gentlemen. John Styles off the top catches Midas. Holy shit. Referee knocks down the table. John Styles in the corner. No idea that Midas is back on his feet. Midas back into the ring. Catches John once again, stomping across his face. Off the top rope. Midas taking a second to acknowledge the UCW universe. Only a count of 3. John Styles back up to his feet. Clothesline misses. Wife is resting after getting some food. Bro, I'm 23. Don't call me Unk. The fuck you think this is? Big forearm to the leg. That is the first time I've ever been unked in my life. What the hell? I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to. No. No. We ain't, but I say no. Technically, you are. Fuck no. Wait, what chat? I need to go start swinging. Grayson Gray. Word. You're 12. You probably shouldn't be on the internet like this then, bro. And Nelly, it sounds like he might be a child. Hi, Grayson. On the middle rope, John Styles to a count of 5. Man, I don't give a fuck. It's the YouTube chat then, Nelly. Go do your thing. Big elbow to the face. You accept you're an unk and the sun shines a little brighter. You're not there yet, but I'm 35. I'll DDT a damn newborn. It's crazy. Big elbows to the body from Midas, trying to stay in this one. There is a bunch of shit in the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Into the ropes. John Styles throws him over his knee. Table set up. You're all good, bro. Big punch to the face from John Styles. Looking for the maid in the asylum. Never mind. Big forearm to the back of the head. Going up to the middle rope once again. His match already happened. He sadly lost. Oh, wait. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, yeah. I'm here now. Yeah, Nightbot on YouTube don't like caps. I don't know why. I have no way of turning it off, and it makes me upset. Power bomb onto the ladder from John Styles. Hydrate. I thought that Supreme was messaging you. My bad. Is me. Why is Nelly about to start fighting a child? I have no idea. I like Roman Reigns. That's pretty common, especially if you are actually 12. This is the way. Drops down on top of Midas, trying to keep him down. You missing out. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. John Styles letting the crowd hear it. Count of 7 for Midas. 9. Midas making his way up to his feet at the last possible second. John Styles right there. And I like Seth Rollins too. That's pretty common as well. Clothesline from John Styles takes down Midas. Once again, just waiting for the referee to count. They face off, and my punches hit harder, plus my dodges. We do not condone this message. It's not brought to you by UCW, user unknown, or anybody in an official capacity. Midas drops John Styles across his knees. Waiting for the referee to start counting. Count of 3. John Styles back up to his feet off the top rope. Once again, cutter connects. Karate chop them right in throat. Hey, sometimes it's an effective maneuver to get away from an attacker. Self-defense. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what y'all are talking about. 8. Midas back up to his feet once again. Power bomb onto the corner of the table. John Styles get a taste of his own medicine. The ring looks nice. Thank you. What are you talking about? Oh, that's what you're talking about. Made in the Asylum on the way from John Styles. Drops him down onto the table. Styles is just getting started. He looks fired up, ladies and gentlemen. 4. Getting all the way up to 6, ladies and gentlemen. John Styles in the corner, ready. Midas hasn't moved. 10, ladies and gentlemen. John Styles walks back out with the Prince of Carnage Championship. Your first ever 2-time Prince of Carnage, ladies and gentlemen. John Styles walking out with the belt. I don't condone the no table usage. Exactly. Like, what the fuck? We had them. We just didn't use them. To anybody watching, UCW does not condone what Nelly B is saying. Thank you, Leah. In the words of Bobby Heenan, kick them while they're down. They're easier to reach. He had a point. John Styles back with his prized possession, the Breakdown Prince of Carnage World Champion... Or not World Championship. Let me stop. Prince of Carnage Championship. Back around his waist, defeating Midas, a man who showed up and surprised the world at All Hallows Wrath. But when you get into the domain of what Prince of Carnage really means, first time watching, I'm both fascinated and dismayed. I run a UCW over at Wrestle Unstoppable, which, by the way, is currently down for the... What's Wrestler Unstoppable? I told you if you can bleed with Kings, then you have to switch it up and learn how to handle Carnage. Also, I didn't bleed. What the fuck? Yeah, John Styles match where you didn't bleed is kind of crazy. No, Arcanite, is that how you say it? I don't... What's Wrestler Unstoppable? Also, what does UCW stand for you? Because we are United Championship Wrestling over here. It is what used to be Facebook Wrestling, and Facebook is the problem. Oh. I don't even know what Facebook Wrestling is, so that's kind of interesting. But no, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I'm sorry if you have a problem with it. There's a lot of room and a lot of letters in the universe, but there's only 26 in the alphabet. And eventually you're going to have crossover somewhere. So, welcome to UCW, brother. Hope you enjoy it, or sister. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you like what you see. Hopefully I am doing honor to your UCW as well by having a good product. I quite enjoy my product, though. Facebook is definitely a problem also. Ladies and gentlemen, next up we've got Dadtrainer taking on Supreme Knight for the Breakdown World Championship. Supreme Knight cashing in the Clash contract at All Hallows Wrath. I think it was a misunderstanding. I think he wanted to do it in the middle of the ring. They have an authorization checker, which just for the first time this year didn't recognize the game anymore because it was created before they had all their little tracker things and used it for their modern app. Matter of fact, I need better seats. This is the best place to be. Matter of fact, I need better seats. Hey, we can get Nelly B in one of them boxes up in there. Don't even worry about it. We got you. We check all call at the next event. We got you, Nelly. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hop into this trip down memory lane. Is that what I was trying to say? Just a little dismayed. No, you're good. You're good. There's also like 4 other ones, just so you know. There's a guy named Derek up north who does UCW. There's a couple of other ones that are on YouTube. There's actually a real promotion that's named UCW. It's a little crazy. I found out a whole hell of a lot about how many different places use UCW. What the fuck? Is that? Ladies and gentlemen, making his way down to the ring. I'm not sure what is going on here. Ace Anderson is back on Breakdown. And he's in the main event, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure what's happened behind the scenes while the show has been going on. Ace Anderson losing Monday night for the World Heavyweight Championship is now here in the main event on Breakdown. There he is. I don't know what's going on. Let me call backstage. That also does sound about right. So I think they do pop-up shows, because I know that they aren't very active, but I have seen them upload new shit onto YouTube, and like recently, just because I do YouTube and Twitch, so like sometimes when I'm like posting stuff and like tagging videos and stuff like that, their videos they pop up, and they've been active within the last few months. I don't know if it's like actually bringing back anything, but I do know they closed down at one point. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm receiving word that Ace Anderson showed up on Breakdown and demanded to be in this match, saying that the Empire of Pain would run through hell and UCW if he did not receive an opportunity here tonight at a World Championship. Ace Anderson is tired of being taken out of consideration. Ace Anderson is tired of not being a champion, ladies and gentlemen. Notice when you get one female rep that acts like an idiot. Facts. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way down to the ring, your Clash contract holder for one night more. Cashing it in right here and right now. Supreme Knight.
The letters, Mason. What do they mean?
Thank you for the follow, Arcanite. I'm not sure how you run your UCW, but this is AI versus AI EFED. So if you are interested in joining UCW, by all means, go ahead and submit a character with WWE 2K25 with the hashtags UCWUU and UCWEF. I have a Discord where we do promos, where we post announcements, where we do belt designs, all that good jazz. It's also where you can find the rules for how to upload your character and what we need from you. And there's the Discord link. But ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour is making his way down with the ring. Uploaded on PC version. I know there are workarounds for it. If anything, I can recreate it for you. It's no big deal. Hashtag King of Jacks and Queen of Jacks. Word. Ladies and gentlemen, Dadtrainer, your Breakdown World Champion, making his way down to the ring. Let's take a second to acknowledge your Breakdown World Champion, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like stealing the Roman Reigns things, but you know, Dadtrainer does it. It's part of the character. So we're going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get some ones in chat. Let's see it. He takes so long. It's like a 4.5 minute intro. There we go. Dadtrainer in the building, ladies and gentlemen. The man who defeated Joka making his way down to the ring with his championship, holding on to it since then. Making his way out of All Hallows Wrath with that same belt. Defeating King Hipsta. Praying for my soul. Hey, you got this, Supreme. He bigger than Bishop. And my smile is gone. JK, JK. Ladies and gentlemen, the Second City Oos, the creator of DTX and Oosie Juice. Ladies and gentlemen, your tribal Oos making his way down to the ring. Also, Arcanite, I know you're new around here. Dadtrainer in real life looks a hell of a lot like Jey Uso. So all these things are just jokes that we've said to him in the past that he's made reality. He was the blonde trainer. Strong neck ass. I forgot how long his entrance is. I won't be able to catch this match. Dude, it's like 4.5 minutes long, man. I'm gonna go to the gym after this intro. That's why he's short. He's like 6'5", 6'4". My niece argued with me that he's really Jey Uso for 30 minutes one time. I mean, he may as well be. Hey, personally, I'm like 6 foot, so 6'3" is taller than me. I ain't got no right calling them short. Not all of us can be giants. Dadtrainer, ladies and gentlemen, your Breakdown world champion in the building. It is so long that his song restarts. I'll catch you later. Have a good stream. You too, Drewfie. Be safe, brother. Make it home well. Hope you have a great night, man. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, your Breakdown World Championship. Ace Anderson somehow in this match. Reverend Supreme Knight, the man who was supposed to be in it. Joker's still going with the shout-outs. We appreciate it, brother. Supreme Knight with the DDT. Big boot to the face of Dadtrainer as well. Supreme Knight has been on a different level since coming back, ladies and gentlemen. A new look. He looks bigger. He looks better. He looks stronger. Slipping out of the way of Ace Anderson. Grabbing him by the head. Ace with a reversal. Dadtrainer double elbows. Gets the separation between both men. Staying on the ground for just a little too long, though. Ace with massive body punches to Supreme Knight. Bouncing his face off his knee. Forearm to the back. Ace goes out to the outside. Big boot misses. Dadtrainer takes down the legs of Supreme Knight. Going up to the top. Elbow drop across the back of Supreme. Dadtrainer rolling up Ace. Not even a count of one. Ace Anderson still in this. Big punch to the face. Misses. Ace Anderson. Mounted punches. Busting open Dadtrainer very early on in this one. Frick. Wait, I have it. Cool. Bet. Bet. Cool. I'm just making sure I had that. Supreme Knight laying out. Dadtrainer taking a moment to breathe. Ace Anderson with a glass bar. Throws it down on top of the body of Supreme Knight. Goes for a clothesline to Dadtrainer instead. Knocks him off the barricade. Supreme Knight back up to his feet. Keeping the assault up. Ace Anderson. Chokehold out of nowhere. Big punches to the side of the body. Supreme Knight pushes him off. Dadtrainer right there. Throws him on the outside. Ace Anderson Looking for a power bomb to Dadtrainer on the outside, bouncing him off the mat. Going for the cover. 1. Only a count of 1. Ace Anderson looks back, quite confused. Thought he had done more damage than that. Dadtrainer only allowing the count of 1, making his way up to his feet. Supreme Knight with a baseball bat in hand. Shoulder tackle from Ace Anderson takes him down. Baseball bat to the back. Supreme Knight breaks up the pin in an elimination match. That's kind of crazy. Letting loose with that baseball bat across the legs and back of Ace Anderson, though. Slamming him down on the outside. Going for the cover. Only a count of 1. Spear from Dadtrainer takes out Supreme Knight. DT going for the cover. 2. Only a count of 2. Supreme Knight still in this one. Baseball bat in hand. Cracks Ace Anderson across the face with it. Now letting loose on it. Supreme Knight. Going for another cover. Thinking maybe now he's done enough. Only a count of 1 that time. Throws him into the barricade. Dadtrainer hyping himself and the crowd up. Gets out of the way of Ace Anderson. Leaping clothesline misses. Ace throws him into the Supreme and the referee. Dadtrainer falls down. Baseball bat in hand. Bounces the baseball bat off the face of Dadtrainer. Getting a little bit of payback. Only a count of 1. Dadtrainer gets out. Throwing the glass bar at Ace Anderson. He makes him stumble. Supreme Knight, big punch to the face. Supreme Knight was going for something massive right there. The way that he moved, the momentum behind his body, I'm not even sure what that was. Flips him over his knee. Kitchen sink to Ace Anderson. Ace Anderson with a reversal. Big punch to the body from Supreme Knight. Both men going back and forth. Bouncing his face off the ring post. I call that highway to heaven. Word. Again, bouncing Ace Anderson off the ring post. Stomping down on his ankle. Supreme Knight in the face of Dadtrainer. Dadtrainer with a big boot to the face of Supreme. Ace Anderson back up to his feet. Referee taking way too long for these counts. Not even a count of 1. Supreme Knight back up to his feet. Throwing them into each other. It's an interesting strategy from Dadtrainer. Shoulder tackle from Ace Anderson. Dadtrainer still standing. Spear takes down Ace. Going for another cover. 1. Only a count of 1. Ace Anderson back up to his feet. Supreme Knight making his way up as well. Ace was actually still landing there. Let me stop talking shit. Dadtrainer has Janice in his hands. Supreme Knight walking across the outside. Flips him over his knee. Ace Anderson with a roll-up cover. Dadtrainer taking too long, taunting on the outside. Only a count of 1. Big punches to the face. Bouncing the back of the head of Dadtrainer off the barricade with a German suplex. Ace Anderson with a massive knee takes down Supreme Knight. Big shoulder tackle takes down Supreme. Ace going for the cover once again. 1, 2. Only a count of 2. Supreme still in it. Why is he called Dadtrainer? So Dadtrainer started off as a Pokemon Go vlogger on YouTube. He has always been a wrestling fan, though, and he found EFEDs from Radcore, actually, a member of our community. Somebody who has been around in the EFED game for quite a while. And Dadtrainer started his own, called it DTX, and never changed his name. So he's Dadtrainer because he's always loved Pokemon and he's always loved wrestling, and he's a father of 4. Big punches to the face from Dadtrainer. Father of 3, father of 4. One of those. Supreme Knight throws Dadtrainer into the referee. Father of 38. That's insane. He is not Nick Cannon. Don't put that disrespect on his name. Guillotine from Dadtrainer. He's got Supreme locked up. Supreme struggling. Supreme Knight still in this match. Ladies and gentlemen, Dadtrainer with a spear takes down Ace Anderson. 2. Only a count of 2. Nobody's beat Genghis Khan, though. Hey, facts. Dadtrainer with the steel steps, throws him down across the back of Ace Anderson. Asking for acknowledgement from the UCW universe, ladies and gentlemen. Supreme Knight back up to his feet. Neckbreaker from Dadtrainer. Keeping himself hyped up. Going back into the ring. Ace Anderson back up to his feet. Over the top, Dadtrainer takes down Supreme Knight. Going for another cover. Referee still in the ring, making her way outside. Ace Anderson with the steel steps, going for the cover. 2, only a count of 1. The referee took way too long on that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna be completely honest. Big punch to the body from Ace Anderson. Almost takes down Dadtrainer. DT's got him on his shoulders. Bouncing him off the steel steps. Dadtrainer taking a second to gloat. Maybe. Maybe not. Supreme Knight stuck between the steel steps. Can't seem to get around him. Dadtrainer might have got grabbed by a fan. Ace Anderson. Oh. Supreme Knight gets Ace Anderson. Dadtrainer somehow on the other side of the barricade right now. Supreme Knight and Ace Anderson fighting over these steel steps. Supreme Knight with a reversal. Dadtrainer just enjoying the match from the outside like a crowd member. Getting the fan experience. Big punches from Ace. European uppercut misses. Down onto his back. Supreme Knight going for the cover. 1, 2. Only a count of 2. BM's when available. Word, I got you after this. Steel steps in hand. Supreme Knight moves him out of the way. Looking at Dadtrainer. Dadtrainer looking back at him. Ace takes him down with a big kick. Dadtrainer and Ace Anderson now locking eyes. Ace Anderson can't seem to get to him. Supreme takes the legs out from underneath him. Maybe. Yeah, probably. He's going to have to get back in the ring at some point. Hopefully. DT on the outside. Trying to get back onto the inside of the ring. Even back onto the sanctioned part of the ring at all. Big elbow to the face. Ace Anderson drops him down on the back of his head. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. I believe he's fully stuck because of 2K. For real. But you can climb over the barricade in false count anywhere matches. Just do it. Just climb over the barricade. Like somebody just climb over it, please. If not, I gotta run this shit back. Come on, bro. Just climb over it. Just climb over it. That's the thing, is for like grabs and stuff like that, they won't even let him. That's what I'm trying, Joker. But if Supreme doesn't come over here, it's not going to let me. Because of range or whatever the fuck. There we go. I think it's worth just restarting because, like, DT's going to be, like, fully recovered because he hasn't taken any fucking damage. I was saying it's not letting him climb over it. We're gonna restart it. We're gonna restart it. All right, I'm not Dadtrainer still, bet. Supreme Knight with a big boot. Jumping clothesline from Dadtrainer. Ace Anderson's got Supreme Knight by the back of the head. Elbows to the body. Ace Anderson stumbles. Dadtrainer with a forearm to the back of Supreme Knight. Off the middle, went for a DDT and missed. Ace Anderson with a big combo sends Supreme Knight down onto the mat. Throws him over the top rope. Big forearm to the back. Supreme Knight back up to his feet. Going after Ace Anderson. Has him up on his shoulders. How I wish EA did a wrestling game. Sometimes, yeah, man. Chalky milk. It is the way. Big forearm to the back from Supreme Knight, bouncing Dadtrainer off those ropes. He's got him by the back of the head. Sends him over. Catches Ace Anderson with a big punch. Dadtrainer bounces Ace Anderson off the barricade on the outside. Throws him into the steel steps. Supreme Knight trying to keep control here. Ace Anderson sneaks up behind him. Big punch to the body. Supreme Knight and Ace Anderson running into each other once again. Supreme Knight runs into Dadtrainer. Dadtrainer with a huge kick sends Ace Anderson down. Big punch to the face from DT. Takes Supreme Knight down. Dadtrainer going underneath the ring. Kendo stick in hand. Tried to crack Ace Anderson with it. Going for the roll up out of nowhere. Ace Anderson. Dadtrainer with a reversal. Supreme Knight breaks it up. Kendo stick across the face. Not successful. Ace Anderson throws Supreme Knight out of the equation. Anchor Inc. THQ made good wrestling games. Yep. Ukes made good wrestling games. Shit like that. I missed those. Just 1 second. Supreme Knight with a roll-up cover to Dadtrainer. Drops the leg across the neck. Slams him down. Oh, the AEW game was bad. It was bad. We don't talk about that game. It had potential, and then it just wasn't. Dadtrainer shatters the glass bar across the face of Supreme Knight. Once again, not even a count of one. Ace Anderson gets dropped. Super Dad punch. Raw and Raw 2 were good. I don't even need to tell most people that the N64 and PlayStation games were good by THQ. Yes. Completely. Janice to the face. Dadtrainer goes down. He's busted open. Supreme Knight takes his eyes off of him and goes to Ace Anderson. He gets thrown into the barricade. Dadtrainer spear to Ace. He's going for the cover. Only a count of 2. Yeah. There's already paywalls in 2K though, Joker. The Island, for example. Big kick to the body. He's got Ace in a submission hold. Ace Anderson, a master of submissions here in UCW, fights out of it. Big punches to the body. Come out, Prince, in the new power generation. The Exodus has begun. That's sick. Dadtrainer. Janice to the back. Gets back up to his feet. Knocks Supreme Knight down. Bouncing him off the outside. Well, I mean, look at college football and Madden. There's paywalls inside of them, but you don't have to pay to play it. That's essentially the same way that they do My Rise and shit like that. Because My Rise, you can just pay for shit, and you can just be ahead and all that. So, like, it's kind of already a thing in 2K as well. Maybe not to the complete extent, but, like, it's definitely there. Big kick to the face. Supreme Knight drops Dadtrainer down, going for the cover. One, not even a count of one. It didn't even pop up on the screen. Ace Anderson with a barbed wire bat knocks the focus of Supreme Knight out of him. Takes down Dadtrainer as well, going for the cover. Only a count of one. Ace gets taken down, big shoulder to the face. Or Supreme Knight gets taken down, big shoulder to the face from Ace Anderson. Only a count of two. Ace Anderson taking turns with his opponents, focusing on one, then focusing on the other. Dadtrainer getting the fist loaded, cocking it back, ready for the next one to fall. Head trapped of Ace Anderson. Big punch to the back of the head takes him down, going for another cover. One, two, only a count of one. Leaping clothesline doesn't connect. Drops him down onto his shoulders. Ace Anderson using his power to his advantage. Big German suplexes. Switches it. Drops him down. Supreme Knight throwing the steel steps. Dadtrainer lands on top of him. Big elbows from Dadtrainer trying to get Ace Anderson off of him. Highway to heaven from Supreme Knight. Dadtrainer falls. Throws Ace into the barricade, takes his eyes off Dadtrainer. Supreme Knight with a DDT. Going for the steel steps. Gets him out of the way. Supreme Knight makes his way back over to Ace Anderson. Ace Anderson taking aim. Big combo. Knocks Supreme Knight down. Dadtrainer with the steel steps. Ace Anderson going up to the top rope. Just be aware, stream's lagging a little. Yeah, I can see that. It's going back and forth. Two. Only a count of two. Ace Anderson. Dadtrainer hyped up. Getting the crowd rallied behind him. Spear to Ace Anderson. Dadtrainer takes him down. Going for the cover. Two. Only a count of two. Ace still in it. Dadtrainer's got him by the back of the head. Slams him down on the outside. Let me know when it gets unbearable, and we will pause. I just don't want to have a repeat of All Hallows Wrath where, like, I cut it off because I thought it was over and it's not. Big spear from Dadtrainer to Ace Anderson. Misses. He can't get over the body of Supreme Knight. Supreme Knight with a roll-up cover on the champion. Only a count of one. Dadtrainer. Big elbows fighting Supreme Knight off. Leaping clothesline misses once again. Ace Anderson's got Supreme. Big reversal, elbows to the body. Baseball bat to the back. Big punch to the face. Ace Anderson flattens Dadtrainer. He's getting into it, ladies and gentlemen. Big headbutt from Ace. Spear once again misses from Dadtrainer. He makes his way around. Big punch to the face. Spear. Ace Anderson gets out of the way. Supreme Knight back up to his feet. Dadtrainer throwing Supreme on the other side of the ring. Asking for acknowledgement from the UCW Universe, ladies and gentlemen. Leaping clothesline takes down Supreme Knight. Off the top, elbow drop connects. Slams him down. Ladies and gentlemen, refresh. We should be good. I learned today that on October 6th and 7th, all the game streaming services were attacked by hackers and or AI bot that did a DOS, the largest DOS attack ever. That's fun. Maybe that's why there's been so many issues. DK with the raid. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for trusting me with your community. You are here for the main event. We actually just got done with some stability issues. We are on the other side of that. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. Shout out DK. DK, if you got a raid and run, I completely get it. Make sure to take care of yourself. Get something to drink, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Dadtrainer catches Supreme Knight. Big punch to the top of the head. Big punch. Lays out Supreme Knight once again. Mounted punches to Ace Anderson as well. Welcome in, welcome in, Midwest. Welcome in. Dadtrainer getting himself hyped up. Roll up cover from Ace Anderson. Only a count of one. Supreme Knight from behind Ace. Throws him on the other side of the ring. Throwing Supreme Knight into Ace Anderson. Or Dadtrainer in his head. I'm fucking tripping. Dadtrainer gets caught. Rolling punch to the face. Knocks him down. Ace Anderson. Only a count of two. Supreme Knight from behind. Big reversal from Ace. Into the steel steps once again. Supreme Knight trying to take down Ace Anderson. Guillotine out of nowhere from Dadtrainer. He's got him locked up. Supreme Knight breathing pretty well. Still in it. Ladies and gentlemen, Dadtrainer not successful in the submission attempt. Ace Anderson trying to keep the fire going. Trying to stay in this one. Reversal from Dadtrainer. Dadtrainer right there. Gets out of the way. Ace Anderson with a reversal. Throws him into the steel steps. Supreme Knight into the barricade. Dadtrainer's got him on his shoulders. Ace Anderson face first into the steel steps. Dadtrainer makes his way over to Supreme Knight. Supreme Knight with another reversal. Drops DT onto the steel steps. The back of the head catching the corner. Ace Anderson going for a stomp. It's not connecting. These two men going at it over steel steps. Can't seem to figure out. Just walk around it. Into the referee. Dadtrainer hyped up. Supreme Knight wants him back into the ring. Big elbows from DT. Say hell no. Trying to get out of the way of Ace Anderson. Ace Anderson throws him into the steel steps. DDT from Supreme. Dadtrainer gets caught with a big kick. DDT to him as well. Supreme Knight. Ace Anderson. Down onto his shoulders. Ace Anderson trying to take control. German suplex is on the way. Drops him down. Dadtrainer asking for acknowledgement. Ace Anderson going for the cover on Supreme Knight. Will this be the end? No, it won't. Only a count of 1. Dadtrainer creeping up behind Supreme Knight. Ace Anderson bouncing the face of Supreme off the ring. Up onto Ace Anderson's shoulder. Not a good place. Huge knee to the face. Throws the steel steps onto the back of Supreme Knight. Supreme Knight bounces off the outside. Going for the cover once again. Not even a count of 1. Ace Anderson with a rolling forearm. Doesn't work. Elbow drop from Dadtrainer. Doesn't connect. Spear. Ace catches him with a knee to the face. Supreme Knight with a baseball bat. Tried to take it to the face of Ace Anderson. Missed. Ace Anderson slams him down onto those steel steps. Going for the cover. Only a count of 2. Ace Anderson taking aim on the champion this time. Spear connects. Ace Anderson goes down. Count in place. Referee 1, 2. Only a count of 2, ladies and gentlemen. Dadtrainer with a baseball bat. Cracks Supreme Knight across the back of the head. Tries to take it to the back of Ace Anderson as well. Into the steel steps. Dadtrainer behind Ace Anderson. Drops him down onto his shoulders. Baseball bat to the face of Ace Anderson once again. Going for the cover on Ace Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. Supreme Knight breaks up the cover. Big punch. Super Dad punch. Takes down Supreme Knight. Ladies and gentlemen, Dadtrainer taking a second to catch his breath. Wasted too much time. Spear to Supreme Knight takes him down. Going for the cover. 3. Ladies and gentlemen, Dadtrainer defeats Supreme Knight. It is now up to him to defeat Ace Anderson to keep the belt. Ace Anderson back onto the side of the ring. Referee and Ace trying to make it through the ropes. Dadtrainer catches him with a big punch to the face. DK and the crew in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Drops Ace Anderson down onto the side of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, Dadtrainer going for the cover. Referee wasting a shit ton of time. 3. Dadtrainer will walk out the way that he walked in, ladies and gentlemen. And still, your Breakdown World Champion. I'm not sure what strings Ace Anderson pulled to get into this match, but whatever he did was not enough. Dadtrainer walking out. Still champion. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our main event of the evening while Dadtrainer celebrates in the ring. Let's get ready to recap the evening. We've had a lot of great matches thus far. We had a really good match, a lot of new faces. Everybody welcome in. I know there's been a lot of shout outs and shout as well. Glad to see it. Glad to see we are spreading the love, showing the love, sending people to the best content creators on the face of the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, our next episode will be UCW Overdrive. Just to keep that in mind while the game loads. I'm looking for things to say. Ladies and gentlemen, to start off the evening, we have the Deathlock Championship. What are you talking about? What do you... Ladies and gentlemen, cued that music. What is going on? Radcore and Ogre are in UCW once again, and they're attacking Big Johnson and Azrael Black, your active United champions. Azrael Black and Ace Anderson putting up a little bit of defense. I'm not sure what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Radcore and Ogre have not been seen in UCW in quite some time. Everything Big Johnson and Azrael Black are doing, ladies and gentlemen, Radcore and Ogre have an answer for. Radcore has Big Johnson on his shoulders, walking over to that car. Ladies and gentlemen, security is on their way back there. Radcore and Ogre have locked the door, though, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure how to get Big Johnson and Azrael out of this in the backstage area. I'm not sure. If Ogre is still here, he might be able to tell you.
Yeah. Drop the belly like the flame. Every game, every name ain't never the same. Hardcore remains, stay in your lane. Yeah, drop the.
That was the wrong button. Nope. Cool. I was like, I have no idea. Ladies and gentlemen, to start off the evening. Oh, this is the wrong scene. We don't use this one. We don't use that. Ladies and gentlemen, to start off the evening, we had Drewfie retaining the Deathlock Championship from Nicholas Kelly. Both men now two-time Deathlock champions. Cool, yeah, the other one was the guy from Revenge of the Nerds. D&D fan, I see. I love D&D, actually, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, after that, Rose Daniels was not successful in retaining the Iron-Clad Championship, sadly. Echo walking back out with the belt the way she walked in. In a different story, though, John Styles wins back the Prince of Carnage Championship here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, defeating Midas, the man who beat him at All Hallows Wrath, and walking back out as a first ever two-time Prince of Carnage champion. And after that, ladies and gentlemen, Dadtrainer reigned supreme over Ace Anderson and Reverend Supreme Knight. I am not sure how Ace Anderson ended up in this match, ladies and gentlemen, but he was in it, and it didn't matter. Dadtrainer still walked out with the belt. Because of the antics of Ace Anderson, though, the Clash contract will remain in Supreme Knight's hands for now. And after that, ladies and gentlemen, Radcore and Ogre made an appearance on UCW for the first time in the flesh in quite a while, taking down Big Johnson and Azrael, your active unified tag team champions, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure what these two men have on their minds. I'm not doing double duty. Exactly. I'm not sure what these two men have on their minds. I know they told Adam Thomas they were coming. I don't know what that means, but I'm not very prepared for it, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know how we do things around here. We're going to find somebody to raid. We're going to send y'all out of here. Might be a double stream day. Y'all might see another Owen Riker stream. That is the plan anyway. But it won't be for a little bit later. Probably about 30, 45 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. But let's find somebody to raid. Find one of the homies. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go raid Blade Franco. He's kind of become the Friday night target. He's been going a little bit longer than me. He raided me a couple days ago. We're going to go show the love back to him. Ladies and gentlemen, UCW raid emotes in chat if you've got them. Hashtag We Are United in chat. Let's get it going, all right? Show this man some love. I'm going to go get something to drink, something to eat, and then I'll probably see y'all again. Make good choices. Be safe. If you don't, it can't come back to me. Y'all have a good night.
I was chained in my past, I was lost in my grief. Now I'm learning the truth, now I'm